Hello, today I'm going to clarify how we know humans are causing climate change and why this rapid change over the past 150 years should concern you. To begin, let's talk about the confidence in research and evidence in this area. Scientists have no doubt that humans are causing climate change. An easy way to think about this study is comparing it to the smoking cancer link. No one questions the link between smoking and cancer, because the science was settled in the 1960s after more than 50 years of research. We can think of this same situation of human activities and climate change as no different than smoking and cancer. In fact, we are as confident that humans cause climate change as we are that smoking causes cancer, because there is over 150 years of research on this topic. Okay, so great. Now we know that humans definitely cause climate change. So what exactly does this evidence look like? One of the greatest areas of focus is on the effects and measurements of carbon dioxide. For example, millions of scientists around the world use chemistry to study the effects pollutants like carbon dioxide have on our planet. We have known for many years that when we burn carbon-based materials, carbon dioxide is emitted into the air and gets trapped in our atmosphere as a greenhouse gas. Over time, we have gathered evidence on this subject since the early 1900s. Scientists have also been taking measurements of CO2 and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere since the 1950s. We now know that the level of rapid increase in the atmosphere is higher than anything we have ever seen in history in nearly a million years. Scientists are able to find out this information about Earth's past atmospheric conditions by studying the gases trapped in ice to find out where and by how much these gases are increasing. Scientists and researchers also utilize basic physics to show how CO2 absorbs heat and gets trapped in our atmosphere. This research has begun in the 1820s and has proven to be correct for now over 200 years. In addition to these methods is the monitoring of climate conditions that has been constant since the 1930s. We use these recordings to find out that the air, sea, and land is warming and is continually increasing over time. This also shows us that with rising greenhouse gas emissions, as a response, ice is also melting and causing sea levels to rise. Next is just ruling out natural factors. We know that these forces like the sun and ocean cycles are not a factor to influence climate in the ways that we have been seeing, and this research began in the late 1830s. And finally is the strong consensus among scientists. 97% agree that climate change is caused by humans, and this polling has been recorded since the 1990s. So to clarify this statement again, 97.1% of scientists agree that climate change is occurring and that humans are the cause. As you can see, this is an overwhelming amount of certainty from the scientific community and those who are trained and certified to speak on this subject. It is proven that the rapid increase in global temperatures over the last 100 to 150 years clearly indicates that human activity and production has been the main contributor to climate change. Unfortunately, myths and misinformation are causing skepticism and confusion around the subject of climate change. I am now going to state two common misconceptions about climate change. The first myth is that people believe because Earth's climate has changed in the past that we should not worry that it is changing today. The second myth being that people also believe because Earth has changed in the past that this means humans have nothing to do with it. Now let's find out together why these myths are incorrect. To debunk these myths, let's go over the truth. We know that greenhouse gases, particularly carbon dioxide, have controlled most ancient climate changes. This time around, however, humans are the cause, and this causation is directly related to our CO2 emissions. To make this clear, we know CO2 has the ability to change our environment. Humans have produced a massive amount of CO2 since the Industrial Revolution, and we are directly changing the environment by increasing global temperatures. So let's go over why Earth's climate history does not explain our current situation. Scientists explain that greenhouse gases, mainly CO2 but also methane, were involved in most of the climate changes in Earth's past. When they were reduced, the global climate became colder, explaining our ice ages, and when they increased, the global climate became warmer. When CO2 levels jumped rapidly, the global warming that resulted was highly disruptive and sometimes caused mass extinctions. Humans today are emitting massive quantities of CO2 at a rate faster than even the most destructive climate changes in Earth's past. In other words, humans are causing climate change because the rate of change is more rapid than at any point in human history. Okay, so we know that humans are causing climate change, but why does this matter? First, climate change is affecting our oceans by warming sea surface temperatures and affecting ice melting and formation patterns. This also affects coral growth, fish and other aquatic animals' habitats and populations, the wind patterns, and an increase in extreme weather events all around the Earth. Next, we know that climate change is also affecting the air we breathe. Air pollution from human activities is negatively affecting the quality of air and human health. Also, climate change is affecting all terrestrial organisms and their habitats. This directly affects their populations and the overall food web of the natural world. Finally, climate change will ultimately affect every aspect of life by increasing temperature, affecting ecosystems and communities in the United States and all around the world. Things that we depend upon and value, like water, energy, transportation, wildlife, and agriculture, ecosystems, and human health will all be altered. I hope that this video cleared any sort of doubt or confusion you had on the causation of climate change by humans. I hope that you were able to learn something new or develop any sort of compassion or empathy towards the topic. I have listed my resources for making this argument at the end of the video. If you have any more questions about climate change, I encourage you to do research on the topic to find more about our progress towards dealing with climate change and prevention methods for our future as a species. Thank you.